Hello, Forever family. So lovely to be with you today. It's been a long time since I've actually recorded a Facebook Live. And I'm sorry, this morning we had technical difficulties, which actually delayed our Facebook Live by 40 minutes. And I'm so grateful for those of you who waited very patiently until we were able to join. Unfortunately, when we uploaded the Facebook Live post, it had so many glitches and sound issues that we had to take it down, and I was asked to record another video. But that's okay, because I get to do it in a shorter period of time. I don't have to wait in the front end and linger in the back end. I actually can go right to our point and I can answer more of your questions. So should we dive right in? You guys ready? Okay. Today we are going to talk, I just realized I didn't have my products with me. Today we're going to talk about the Aloe Liquid Soap. We've heard some of your feedback. Some of you have been recommending it as a head-to-toe product as we intended it to be. Now, we know that the previous version prior to 2015, that formula you loved and you used to wash everything. And when we reformulated it to become what it is today, we wanted to make sure that we stayed true to the way that you used the previous formula. It is indeed a head-to-toe formula. And what does that mean? Well, if you have short hair and you'd like a really quick wash in the shower, use it as a shampoo. However, there are better options. There are better options for you when you're washing your hair, and those options are in the new jojoba shampoo and conditioner. Those were formulated specifically for the hair. This is a head-to-toe product. Those are formulated designed to help address any of your concerns with your hair and help to maintain healthy hair. Let's talk about a face wash. Many of you love the value. It's such an inexpensive product for as much as you get. And that's what you get excited about, and that's why you promote it. Please be mindful, this is a soap. Soaps are traditionally stronger than your traditional facial cleansers. That doesn't mean that it's harsh. It just means it's stronger because you're washing your body and your hands. And we want to make sure that you're getting all of the dirt and the grime and all of the things that your body and your hands collect. We want to get it off. So we need something really strong that can cut through that and take it off the skin. The Aloe Liquid Soap was tried by a focus group as a facial wash. I have sensitive skin and I typically do not use soap to wash my face. There are two reasons. Number one, because my skin is sensitive, I typically avoid fragrance in the products I use on my face. Aloe Liquid Soap contains a fragrance, which is not bad. Actually, fragrances and essential oils are the exact same. So you'll say, well, don't use a fragrance, use an essential oil. The whole issue is not the oils or the fragrance, it's the list of allergens that come with either a fragrance or essential oils. They're identical. In fact, in some cases, essential oils contain more allergens than a fragrance. We wanted to make sure that you recognize the formula, so we put the fragrance from the version prior to 2015 in this new formula. And there are some people who might experience some sensitivity when they use it on their face. As an FBO, you have a tremendous opportunity to diversify your business, to grow your business, and to recommend products designed and formulated to address specific individual needs. Sonia Refreshing Gel Cleanser and Infinite Hydrating Cleanser are designed specifically for the softer and more delicate skin on your face. Did you know that your facial skin is actually more thin than the rest of your body? It is, and that's why we created fragrance-free formulas, one for combination skin in a gel-based, one for dry, maturing, aging skin in a cream-based, to truly help remove dirt, oil, and makeup from the complexion. Again, fragrance-free, designed for the face, and ideal to help expand your business and expand a customer's exposure into the product portfolio of Forever Living products. Aloe Liquid Soap contains ingredients from coconut, argan oil, and arnica flower. It truly is a head-to-toe product, but again, if you have somebody who may have sensitive skin, simply advise them to go more cautiously. How they do that is they first do a patch test on the inside of their elbow or the back of their knee. These are what we consider soft parts of the body where the skin will react quicker than normal skin. So simply have them do a patch test for 2 to 3 days in those areas, wash that area, remove the product, and see if the skin responds. If the skin responds, go slowly, and then you can introduce the Aloe Liquid Soap. but I would recommend the products that were designed and formulated for very specific reasons. And those cleansers will do just exactly what they were designed to do. All right, hope that's answered and maybe helped with those of you who have felt a little more confused about these products. I am now going to answer some of the questions that I answered on the Facebook Live, and I'm going to grab those right now. Again, sorry. Some of the questions, Holly, can we do something about the way the sunscreen rubs in and its scent? Guess what? Due to regulations, which is generally the basic reason why we change our formulas. I can tell you, friends, we don't sit in the office and say, how can we change one of our FBO's favorite products? We won't change these formulas until a regulation requires us to do so. And unfortunately, even the new aloe sunscreen has fallen under some of those regulations. That's great news for me. In fact, I'm really excited because I get to reformulate and make it more what you expect. We're going to minimize the way that it whitens the skin and allow it to sink into the skin. But guys, the sunscreen that you have today, the new aloe sunscreen, is the best sunscreen available on the market. In fact, dermatologists advised us to make it whitening because in today's climate is not the same as it was 5 years ago. And the way the sun hurts the skin is even more damaging today than it was 5 years ago. So dermatologists said, when you create a sunscreen, Holly, it needs to be whitening on the skin so that it blocks the sun's rays from the skin. And that's why it's whitening. But we've heard you. We know that you want it to be more like the old formula. So we're going to take the old formula and the new formula and we're going to marry them together so that it's not as whitening, that the fragrance is reduced, and that it still has that ability to go on the skin very, very easily. That product, I can't give you a timeline. We're in reformulation efforts right now, but I can tell you we've heard you and we're working on it. Next question, Holly, what do I recommend to a customer who has a medical condition? You know what these medical conditions are. These are treatments that people need to go see a doctor for. I'm not a doctor. Many of you, in fact, most of you are not doctors, and we do not promote medicine. We promote dietary supplements that are designed to support the body when you're maintaining a healthy lifestyle. The minute the body becomes sick, that is a time when you need to always refer somebody back to a medical provider, a doctor or a physician. Don't step into that role and recommend products. I know that you love them so much and I know that they may have helped you personally, but please don't recommend them to others who are sick in the body, because once the body is sick, it requires a certain level of expertise that most of us do not have. Again, any sort of question related to any sort of ailment or sickness in the body, we will always defer to the medical condition and refer back to their physician. All right, Holly, when is Protecting Day Lotion coming back? I can tell you that it is in process of being SPF tested right now, and we took the opportunity to improve the formula. Many of you said that it was whitening on the skin and you had a hard time rubbing it in, and that was due to that natural mineral that is still there, but that disperses on the skin more evenly and creates that beautiful, healthy glow. That process takes about 3 to 6 months. We're right in the middle of that, so Protecting Day Lotion will return. But I just can't tell you when, but it's sooner than you think. So hopefully that answers that question. Holly, when is Freedom and Pomastine going to become in Tetra Paks? Well, that's a phenomenal question. Freedom and Pomastine are what's considered dietary supplements. And in many of our countries, they're registered as that. In the United States or all around the world, in order to aseptically produce and Tetra Pak fill a dietary supplement, it requires very strict certifications. And it also requires that the supplier that we partner with meets our quality regulations. We have yet to find a supplier that meets our quality standards and has these certifications that are acceptable to us to formulate a dietary supplement, process it aseptically, and put it in Tetra Pak. But we are looking every day. We are reaching out to new suppliers and new partners, finding someone who will eventually have those certifications to produce a dietary supplement through the aseptic processing in Tetra Pak. We hear you. We're looking into it. I can't tell you when, but I can tell you we work on it every single day. I have to pause right here and say, keep your feedback coming. When we do these Facebook Lives, I read every comment. I take every comment and I plug it into a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet which lists all of our products and all of the concerns, comments, compliments, and other things that you want. Now, if one or two of you speak up and we're selling millions of tubes, that isn't really enough for me to take it to the executive team. But once 25, 50, 100 of you start speaking up, that becomes a trend that we begin to focus on. And then I'm able to go to the executive management team and request that we make changes. I can't always promise change. I can't always promise you that the product is going to change to meet what you ask for it to be, but I can tell you that we listen. And at the very least, as we move forward in the product development process, we are better and better and better because we listen to your needs. Holly, can you use the conditioner, the new conditioner, as a leave-in conditioner? Absolutely you can. In fact, this product is so highly concentrated, you simply need to use less than the current conditioning rinse. The current conditioning rinse is more like a lotion. The new jojoba conditioner is more like a cream. And the difference is when you apply the new jojoba conditioner in your hair as a leave-in, what I do is I put a very small amount in the palm of my hand and I spritz a couple of spritzes of aloe first. I rub it together and then I start on the ends of my hair and I work my way up into my scalp and then I leave it in. Now, if you use too much, it's going to weigh your hair down and your hair may feel heavy. That means you use too much. You simply need to either dilute it more with your aloe first or use less, but absolutely it can be used as a leave-in. In fact, it's a phenomenal leave-in and you'd get that beautiful soft fragrance of that honey starfruit, which I am absolutely in love with. Holly, can we have a styling gel? When will we get styling gels? When will we get new hair care products? On the heels of just launching the new jojoba shampoo and conditioner, we're working on line extensions. We hear you. You want styling products that hold your hair in place. And many of you have requested products to smooth and shine and provide antioxidant support to the hair. And I can tell you the team is fast at work creating prototypes to meet that demand. And I can't promise anything, but I can tell you that we are working on it and we are very, very close. All right, can we get the sample sachets in aloe scrub, in serums, in, oh my goodness, it's such a long list. You're dying for samples. You want samples, and we understand that. We just recently launched 5 new sample sachets. I can't act until I hear from you. We've heard enough that you need a conditioner that we are looking into that, as well as you want the new aloe liquid soap in a sample sachet. We're looking into that. But anything beyond that, I need to hear from you and I need to hear from a lot of you. So please get that feedback to your home office, who will then in turn pass it along to us so that I can document it. And once we have enough of you who are speaking up and requesting the same product, then we can act accordingly. Let's see, I'm going to go through this list of questions again. Supply chain questions. We had a lot of questions. When are we getting the new aloe mango in our country? When is this product returning to stock in our country? Unfortunately, I don't know all of the products that are sold in all of the countries. So I would simply ask that anything to do with we want this product in our country to when is this product coming in our country, those need to be filtered up to your home office, who should again filter those to your supply chain that manages the supply for your specific region or area. The more you speak, the more that we're able to act. So please share that feedback with us. We're anxious for it. You are our priority. Our FBOs today are our priority. Yes, we want you to attract a new consumer, and we're doing everything we can to meet your needs while also balancing the needs of today's consumer. But at the end of the day, you're our priority. When you speak, we listen. And as I mentioned, I read all of your comments, all of your feedback, and we do our very best to satisfy you. Now, we're not going to please everybody. Personal preferences come into play no matter what product you're creating. Think about it. In the Asian countries, they have a very different flavor profile than in our European countries. So to find that middle balance is a real challenge, but I feel like we do the very best we can. At the end of the day, you may not like the flavor as much, but you can always be assured a high quality product that has the safest quality tests that you can even imagine. I'm blown away by how many tests this company does annually. Rex set a standard for quality that is parallel to none. Nobody has the standard of quality. In fact, I can tell you because I've been with other companies and I've seen their quality standards. I couldn't believe when I arrived at Forever how high of a quality measure we must achieve. And today, Greg is insistent that we continue that behavior. So as we develop products, we may not be the fastest, we may not be able to react the quickest, but I can tell you when we launch a product, it is always a at the highest quality level with the highest safety in mind. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'm so sorry that you weren't able to see the Facebook Live and we weren't able to keep it there. We wanted everybody to participate and share in this information. Thank you for all of your comments and your questions. Hopefully we were able to answer them. We miss you. I cannot wait to see you all and to give you that big Holly hug. Sending you the biggest hugs and loves. Goodbye.